someone we don't agree with now.
I would love to talk to somebody we don't agree with.
It looks like we have Gabriel in Barbados. Gabriel, you're live with Eric and V. What would you like to talk about today?
Hey, good afternoon, Eric and V.
Hello.
Good afternoon. What would you like to talk about?
Okay, firstly, I'm a theist.
Okay.
I would like to say Christian. I like to refer to myself as a Christian.
Okay.
I obviously believe in God. Jesus is my God. I'm going to put all my cards on the table.
Cool.
I believe that the Bible is 100% true.
Okay.
I am not an apologist.
Okay.
I was once, no, don't let me go down that road. Just let me get straight to the point.
Yeah.
I want to discuss where you guys believe or accept the things that you believe. Let me give an example. Right?
Sure.
You guys do not assert. I'm going to ask you questions. I don't want to assume. You don't assert to know where life came from, correct?
Yeah, that's called abiogenesis. And there are things that we understand that could possibly get us there. But to the best of my knowledge, and mind you, we're just lay people.
Right.
I don't think we have any certainty about it. No.
But do you accept that as where life could come from? Do you think it possible, for example, do you think it possible that life could also have come from life? Do you think that's possible?
Well, technically, we have to define what we're talking about when we mean life, right?
and abiogenesis. If life came from life, then that was not abiogenesis. You're just pushing you're just pushing the goalposts, right? Whatever that life came from, that would be abiogenesis. I mean, when you already have life and now you're continuing creating more life, that's when we talk about evolution and speciation. But if you want to talk about the beginning of life, that is abiogenesis.
Right.
I'm speaking about the beginning of life in this current natural universe as we know it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Our best guess as people, scientists' best guess is that abiogenesis is the best option for how life began on this planet. And there are different versions of how that could have happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, abiogenesis is just the descriptor of life having begun. And yeah.
So if I say that I am a Christian and I believe that there is a God, say I never read the Bible before. I, Gabriel, say I believe there is a God because I believe that all life came from another life source.
Then you would be
an actual life source. What would you say? Would you say that
we would I'd say we're no longer talking about abiogenesis.
No, for sure. I don't think we're trying to. I think that my next question, Gabriel, would be, how do you define life? Because my understanding of life as a definition, as a concept, is purely physical. It's a chemical process. It's a biological state. And I don't think that your version of God, or I'm assuming, again, I don't want to assume, does your version of God have a biological state and is formed through chemical processes?
You see, you are applying your definition to life and then asking me if you understand. You're giving me your definition for life.
Right. Yes. So what's your definition?
Asking me if that is right. So no, life to me is how should I put this?
If you've got something going on in the background, possibly the stream or something, we're picking up the audio from something else going on in the background.
Is it clearer?
You're coming in clear. It's just it sounded like there was something coming in, maybe a TV that you had on in the back or a radio or something.
I had the computer was on next to me. I wasn't using it. It was just something. It wasn't the YouTube channel or anything. It was just something else. It was very low, though. I didn't know you guys could possibly pick that up.
Yeah, we've got some pretty good equipment. No worries. Go ahead, man. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. What's your definition of life?
No, my definition for life is I don't even know that. My definition of life has to be, I don't know. All I could say is God himself. I can't think of anything else.
So you're saying you're equating life with God? If I'm alive, does that mean I'm God?
No.
Okay, so there's a difference there, right? So being alive is different from being God. How are they different?
All right. Let me see if we get to the root. If something causes something else, correct? Or do we have any evidence that something can just appear?
Well, that's a very good question for cosmologists, which I am not. To our best understanding,
it is known. It is. I'm not trying to be deceitful or tricky. I think
things come from other things, as far as we can tell, to the extent that we experience them. But that's not to say that that is the only way things could possibly be. It's just the way we are seeing things right now.
Are you talking about a frog popping out of midair?
I can't hear you, Eric. Say that again.
Oh, sorry. Are you talking about a frog popping out of midair? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, something just popping out of midair. Does that ever happen? Is that, or as long as those people saying that is possible, it could happen tomorrow?
It sounds very silly. And I definitely don't have that viewpoint. Do you have that viewpoint? Do you believe that all life just popped into existence here on the earth?
No, I don't think that.
No, did God put life on the earth?
What I'm trying to get at is that.
Hello? Hold on, I actually think that you do think everything popped into life.
If you go by the Genesis account,
then
explain to me where you think that I think that all things popped into life.
I'm asking you, do you think that everything popped into existence here on Earth?
No.
Okay, how did it get here?
It was made.
Well, sure. Did God have a workshop where he just kind of worked on them and sculpted them and made them, and or did God just pop them into existence?
Well, he claimed that he spoke it into existence.
Okay, yeah, that's popping them into existence.
This is the thing.
That's very silly.
No, it is not. See, you are. All right. The only way for there to be anything, if we put the universe in a bottle, there has to be something outside of the universe. Can we? The universe is material.
Okay.
It is time, space, and matter.
And energy. We've gone over this a couple times. Why? Why does there need to be more than that?
If there's nothing outside of the universe, then there are only two options to the creation of the universe. There's not three. There's only two. The two options are: one, the universe, something caused the universe outside of the universe of itself, or the universe, something inside of the universe created it. And there are only two options. There's nothing else. And you have to tell me now, as an atheist, which one of those options seem more, you guys like to use the term logical. Which one seems more logical or scientific to you?
Right. Here,
with all the evidence that we have gathered over the years.
Here's
which
the
one
thing.
is more logical and scientific?
I got you, Gabriel. I don't know about you, but I've gone to a whole lot of seminars by people who really, really wanted to get me into pyramid schemes. Things like, doTERRA. You've got groups that want to sell things like essential oils, and so they have all of these very, very scientific sounding explanations that whether or not a thing sounds scientific doesn't make it real, doesn't make it true, and doesn't mean that it's something that you should follow. Whether or not it sounds better, I don't care. I just want to know what is and what isn't. And I think that until we find out, the right answer is I don't know. What I'm going to say is I don't know.
Also, it's a
I'm
false
not going with what sounds good.
The universe could have created itself.
Hello?
Hello,
hey.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's also a false dichotomy, assuming that the universe has to be created by something else. What if the universe just created itself?
Show me something. You guys use evidence, you use logic, you use science. Show me one example of anything that ever created itself.
The universe.
Just one, and I would believe.
No, hold on.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
No, show me the process. No, show me the process. Show me how it's done. Show me how it's done.
That's the whole thing we're asking
evidence.
you, dude.
Yeah, you called in to talk to us and tell us what to do.
Our answer is we don't know.
And it's very telling that you call into a show that doesn't have. If you want the answers to these questions, man, they're out there. They really, really are. You just got to look, and you got to talk to people who have done studies on this and have degrees in this. The fact that two lay people can't explain to you exactly how the universe came into existence is not proof of your claim. That's just simply not how that works. I'm willing to say I don't know. I don't have the training. I know for a fact that people who have the training don't know for sure. So, but they can probably give you a better answer than we can.
And ultimately, because we're saying I don't know, that doesn't make you more correct. It just means that you say you have an answer. We're not saying we have an answer, dude. We're listening to you who says that you do.
Right.
You do think you have an answer, right? Your answer is that God spoke it into existence. Is that correct?
That is my belief.
Okay. Can anybody speak a thing into existence? Can I do it? Can I speak a frog into it? Just
yes.
Pop
In the
it into
history
existence?
of this world, have you seen someone speak a physical thing into existence?
Well, yesterday, I said that I would call into the atheist experience today, and I did.
I don't think you understand the difference between a conversation and speaking a thing into it. Like I can't speak any physical thing into existence. You're now dodging.
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
No, I'm trying to be as clear and as honest as possible. If the universe is material, it doesn't matter how big it is. It doesn't matter how small it is. It is material. Mm-hmm. If you have a cup in front of you, the universe abides by the same laws that the cup in front of you abides by. It does not change.
I mean,
it is material. It does not change. The laws of material things or the matter of this universe does not change.
So,
well, that's actually not.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, we're still learning a whole lot about the universe that we're in. But how does that back up your claim? You're trying to convince us that a God created it, and you're telling me that the universe.
I'm getting there. Okay. If you look at the cup in front of you or a pen, it abides by the same laws. Natural things abide by the same laws of physics, whether it is the rate of the thing or the size of it or how fast it falls or how fast it runs on water, or the laws, they remain the same. Whether a certain amount of gravity is applied to it or not, laws are simply laws, and things abide by those laws. Why do you all believe, because the universe is something so vast and big outside of ourselves, that it then has to behave differently to the bottle that is in front of you? If you do that, then you're already presupposing something that has never been proven. What has been proven is all matter reacts the same way to all other tests. The laws of physics and science and chemistry, and they do not change. So the universe falls into the same category as the cup that is on your table.
We're going to be really charitable and say that you mean something a whole lot better than what you said. Because that's not remotely true.
No. So are you trying?
It's not remotely true.
The boiling point of water is different than the boiling point of mercury.
Because the boiling point of mercury is the boiling point of mercury, and that is a constant. That's what I'm saying.
Which is what we're being charitable
about.
Water,
mercury is mercury, but they react the same way. It remains a constant. That's what I'm saying.
That's never mind.
What I'm saying is that the laws,
things are the way things are, and things are predictable in the same way in the future. So what?
If you have a cup, if you have a cup in front of you, you knew that the cup did not appear. The same thing applies for the universe. Anything that is material has never yet appeared.
But you're making that claim.
As far as all this. So tell me a scientist that has claimed something else or proved something else.
Again, we're not talking.
Never...
No. Stop. Hold on. Your argument should not be prove me wrong or I'm right. Is that how that works? Can we do that in other places in our life? Hey, I'm right unless you can prove it wrong. Is that how that works? No, you actually provide evidence for your claim because you're saying, no, hold on, that things don't just pop into existence. Therefore, your God popped everything into existence. That makes zero sense. Not only does that make zero sense, but I don't know how you don't see that as being the exact same claim. Literally, we're saying, I don't know. And I don't know how you would say that you've got the better shot at this.
Also, if we're going by things need to be constant, God didn't create this cup by speaking it into existence. And yet here it is. Where does that constance go now?
All things in the natural universe.
Oh, special pleading.
That we live in.
Cool.
No, I never, from the beginning, I said natural universe. That was one of my second or third sentences that I said, the natural universe that we live in abide by certain laws.
Can you tell me about the unnatural universe?
If there is a universe, a natural universe, something has to necessarily exist outside of it to follow the law of the universe. It has to follow.
I don't know where you're going with this.
It has never been. What I'm saying is that something has to exist outside of the current universe that we live in. The natural
that
universe
doesn't even make sense, dude. Now we're going in circles. So we've been on this call. We've got a bunch of others, but
all right, take the other calls.
You're saying something has to exist outside of this universe, although I don't even know if that makes any sense at all.
And not even the fact that
something has to exist outside of the cup on the table.
And our 8 brains that were created to survive on this planet.
Yeah.
Like, why does the fact that it's not logical or sensical to us have any bearing on what actually it is like billions of years in the past?
It's.
But what I'm doing is I'm just stating facts. I'm saying things that have been tested, proven, and demonstrated. That is the meaning of science.
To refute them. That's not how that works. You are the one making the claim. You bring the evidence to us. We don't have to disprove the claim.
So what you're saying is that I have to bring evidence to you to show you that the cup on your table cannot pop into existence. That's what you're saying.
No, we're saying that if you are going to argue that a God popped things into existence, you have to bring evidence of that, and then we can have a good conversation. But until then, we're kind of stuck at we're saying we don't know, and you're saying therefore I'm right.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for calling from Barbados. We know that it costs
go take the other calls. That's fine.
Thank you for calling in, though. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah, no problem.
You know what that makes me think of is all of those others. You know, before time, this happened. How could so before and after imply time? And so if you're talking about before time existing, that makes zero sense.
Right. I just honestly, I get annoyed at the people who call in expecting to be refuted or have expecting us to give scientific refutations to claims. We are not scientists. We've never passed ourselves off as scientists. We are very upfront that we are not scientists. If you want this information, if you're claiming, all I need is some information, I just need somebody who is qualified to tell me about this. You have access to that, I'm assuming. If you're calling in to this show, then you have an internet connection, right? You can go and actually find people who are skilled and who are professional in this area. And I, for one of the biggest things that I had to learn when I was deconverting is I can very much not have the answers to things. And it's better for me and for everyone in the conversation, instead of pretending I know everything, to say, hey, I'm not an expert in this. Go over here, talk to this person. They know more about it than I do.
Agreed. I just want to say post ghost in the live chat. gave the perfect, I think, title for what this clip should be: 0 Gods, 1 Cup. That's fantastic.